Hello and welcome to the Outer East Football Netball Show, brought to you by Gameface. I'm Adam Miller, and once again alongside me is Steph Barkers. Good afternoon, Steph.
Good afternoon, Aiden. I'm always excited, but I am very excited about this week's episode because we have heaps coming up.
Going to be an absolutely massive show. Got plenty of interviews, plenty to talk about around the grounds, and that will be our first segment. Around the grounds, plenty of action happening this week.
Absolutely. Ones to watch is back. We're going to talk about some players that we think you should be keeping an eye on.
Saturday Sizzles as well. We're going to be looking at a couple of things from over the weekend and some of the bigger moments.
We will preview our match of the round, which is Yea versus Yarra Junction.
Interview with Sascha Wolfe as well, Monbulk's women's senior football coach. We're going to have a quick chat with him about how the season's going so far.
And our special guest this week is Brad Bates, who is the Outer East Football Netball Interleague High Performance Lead. So we have him on the show because Interleague is only a few weeks away.
Fantasy football and netball as well, a new segment we're going to bring in each week. Steph and I are going to pick a couple of netballers, a couple of footballers to fill our sides and see how we go at the end of the year.
All right, let's kick it off and go around the grounds.
It's National Volunteer Week this week, so thank anyone from your club who does anything like works behind the canteen, works behind the bar, does the tickets at the front of the gate, just anything like that. Make sure you get around them.
Absolutely. Outer East Football Netball trainers, we have an opportunity for you, so make sure you sign up for our trainers seminar. It's on Wednesday the 29th of May. It's at Hawthorn Football Club with two of their physiotherapists. You can see our website or our social media for more details, and that's where you can also register your attendance.
Our umpires reached a new milestone this week with over 200 registrations, but we are still looking for more, particularly goal umpires. If you're recently retired and want to stay involved in the game post-playing, or you just want to take on a new challenge, please reach out to Jason. His details are below. You're welcome to come to a training session and try it out before you register.
Absolutely. And don't forget as well, the Toyota Good for Footy raffle is still live. It's been so great seeing all our clubs involved with this initiative. Fundraise for your club by selling raffle tickets. You keep 100% of those profits, and anyone who buys a ticket goes into the running to win heaps of prizes, including 3 brand new Toyotas.
Congratulations to Piper Crimple from Woori Football Netball Club, who has won the Carsha Mother's Day competition. We will be visiting Piper's mum and present her with the 3 brand new Carsha products, as well as the new Carsha cleanup team attending the day to make Anne's car sparkle.
And congratulations also to Sevils, Courtney and Nathan O'Keefe. They won our giveaway and will be going to an episode of the Front Bar. So we hope you guys enjoy the show.
Lastly, don't forget, our next upcoming show is the Soccer to M&D round, June 15 to 16. Your club can get involved by wearing the Fight M&D socks during your matches or donating to the Fight M&D to help fight the beast.
All right, let's get into our first segment, which is ones to watch. Aiden, from a men's footy perspective, who do you think's one to watch?
Well, we've got the big ruckman from Powelltown this week, Ben Bratton. He's had a magnificent season so far. He's averaging 47.5 disposals, contested possessions. He's averaging 28 clearances, 18 clearances per game. He's ranked at elite level for 10 to 18 track stats via Premier Data, leading Division 1 competition in clearances, contested possessions and disposals.
Absolutely massive from him. All right. Well, from a women's footy perspective, someone I've been keeping my eye on is Olivia Edwards. She's a half forward from Alinda Ferny Creek. She has been selected in our Team of the Week 3 times already. She's been named in the best players for all 6 rounds so far this season. She's kicked 12 goals. She's known to keep her team in the game in tight matches and has had some very consistent performances.
She had a really good performance in last year's grand final as well, which helped them see them win the flag. Annie Brown usually plays in the centre, a star on the rise for Wandon, selected for the Under-17 Outer East Football Netball team for 2024 Netball Victoria Association Championships. She made the Netball Victoria Talent Academy program, selected in the Under-17 Dandenong Valley team for Netball Victoria State titles in 2024, currently playing in the Under-17 and Open for Wandon, and good at reading the play and knowing where to position herself on court.
Absolutely. I actually saw her at the Netball Vic Association Championships trials. She was everywhere. She was so fast, and yeah, definitely one to watch for sure. All right, let's get into Saturday Sizzlers. These are our matchups that we're looking forward to this Saturday.
Probably the first one we'll look at will be between Jembrock Cockatoo and Kurt Butimer. So Josh Chili for Jembrock Cockatoo, Kurt Butimer for Narre Warren. Josh has been listed in the best players twice so far this season. He's first in his team for contested possessions over the year with 60. He's first in his team for centre clearances, 14. First for total ground ball gets in his team for 39. And elite ranking in clearances, ground ball gets 1%ers, inside 50s, kicks and disposals. For Kurt, he's been listed in the best players 3 times. First in his team for contested possessions with 69. First in his team for centre clearances with 12. First in his team for total ground ball gets with 46. an elite ranking in clearances. Ground ball gets inside 50s, kicks, handballs, and score involvements.
Nice. That'll be a tough midfield matchup. Looking forward to it. From a women's footy perspective, I've gone with Laura Gillard, who's a half forward from Monbulk, versus Isla Schroeder, who's a halfback from Warrigallic. So Laura's been listed in the best players 4 times. She's already kicked 10 goals so far this season. Everyone says that she's a really strong voice on the field for all the Monbulk girls, and she has played since the very first year, Monbulk's inaugural season in 2019. Isla's been listed in the best players twice. She made our team of the week last week. It's actually her first season in the seniors, so she came from Westburn Junior Football Club, and she's known as a consistent and dynamic player in her team.
Take a look at our netball Saturday sizzler, and I reckon this week it'll be between Rory Barr for Mount Evelyn and Caitlin Cook for Buckingham. Rory's got 211 goals so far this season. She's been listed in the best players 3 of 6 rounds. She made the Outer East Football Netball Team of the Year last year in 2023, and she was selected for the 2023 Netball Victoria State Titles Open Team in 2023. Caitlin, she's a star defender, captain the A-grade side for Buckingham Lions, also coaching the D-grade team and sharing her expertise, and she's a consistent, strong performer after returning from an ACL injury.
Yeah, massive from her. She's had a great season so far, and to be coming back from such an intense injury, it's great to see her doing so well this season. All right, let's get into our match of the round preview. So this week's match of the round is between Yea and Yarra Junction. Let's get into the footy.
Well, first of all, it's in the football, as Steph just mentioned. Yea are currently 6th on the ladder with a 2-3 record. Yarra Junction are 7th with a 1-4 record. A couple of matchups on ground are probably looking at for Yea. First of all, Patrick Evans. He's had 24 disposals this year. I reckon Krista Jager from Yarra Junction will likely line up him. He's averaging 5 tackles a season, so probably had a couple of tagging roles throughout the year, so I reckon he'll have the focus on Paddy Evans. And then Corbin Sutherland up forward for Yea. He's kicked 22 goals this season. Luke Spalding, who's already had 20 intercept marks for the year and been playing down the back line out of the ruck, will likely probably have the job on him. For the netball, it's pretty similar. Yea are unfortunately bottom of the ladder with an 0-5 record, yet to get a win, but good opportunity this week up against Yarra Junction, who are 8th on the ladder. They're currently with a 1-4 record. And I think the big matchup will probably be between Jessica Elbert from Yarra Junction. She's got 57 goals this season. And Ellie Hendry's been lining up as goalkeeper each week for Yea. So they're probably the Saturday sizzlers and the matchups that we're looking at for this week in the match of the round.
Earlier in the week, I caught up with Sascha Wolfe, who's the senior women's coach at Monbulk. This was a really interesting chat, Aiden, because not only is Sascha the women's coach, but he was also voted as our April Coach of the Month from his peers. So let's take a look at that chat. Well, Sascha, thank you so much for being on the show. Obviously, we wanted to have you on the show because it's National Volunteer Week this week, and you are a volunteer as the women's senior coach at Monbulk. Not only that, but you got nominated by several of your players as the April Coach of the Month. So firstly, I wanted to ask you, what do you love about coaching?
Look, mostly I love the enjoyment from the others, the people I'm coaching, the improvement, the joy they get, win or lose after a game. Try to make it more of a social participant part of it. So, they're all coming in there. Just, I had one mother just used to drop her daughter off, and I said, well, if you're going to sit there, come across and, join in with us. And she's actually playing now. So
I love that.
Her daughter's actually been injured. She comes back in a couple of weeks, but I'm looking forward to have the first mother-daughter people take the field. So, she's pumped for it. So, no, that's really good. Also, I didn't want to just sit back and be one of those people that say they need to do this, they should be doing this. I'd rather, put my foot in the door and just say, all right, let's see if I can improve it. Like, I suppose finally the club involvement. Like I played a lot of games at Monbulk and a couple other teams and that, and you sort of, when you retire, you lose track of all the players, and then just coaching again, just you get back in it, people come back up and say hello, and it's what I love about it.
For sure. So, just off that, you've obviously been involved with this competition for quite a while. So you've played previously as well. Right. Yeah. I didn't know that. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. And then what made you want to particularly volunteer as the coach of the women's senior team? It's obviously fairly new to our competition and to footy really in general that women have sort of been coming in and forming teams and starting to play. So what was it about that particular coaching role?
I coached a lot of junior sides through Monbulk, I did Interleague, I think, for 3 years as well, around the under 13s and 14s age group. Totally enjoyed it, but just sort of struggled for time. And then the Monbulk had some coaches, and they were coming into a season 3 years ago, just over 2 years ago, and they didn't have a coach. And one of the players just said, "Would you coaches just knew me?" And I sort of thought about it. I thought, I struggle for time, and I came in and mentioned the family, and then my daughters, my son, my wife all said, "You'd be awesome. You should go out there and do it." And so I did, and I loved it. Yeah, it's just been good fun. So, and then the other one is, I sort of said when I did it, if I started 1 year, I'd do it for at least 3. So there's a bit of stability with it. So 3rd year now. I don't know, I'll probably go on next year or something. That's if they want me still. So yeah, that's all good.
Oh, according to the nominations, I think they will.
That cost me a fortune.
So I guess outside of footy skills, game style, that sort of thing, what else are you trying to teach your players?
Mostly I just want to get a good game style that's enjoyable for people to watch and spectate too, which we're getting there, and it's good. I suppose getting back to earlier where it was very a stop-start women's game, I've tried to make it more of a running game, allow the mistakes, allow the ball to hit the ground, just learn to pick it up quick and run with it. So, yeah, just enjoy it. Be loyal to your teammates and your club. Just sort of teach them sort of more in that situation. So, if someone's down, get back up and help them along. That's inside, outside of football. Whole lot. Like, someone needs help, go and help them. So it's more than just a football thing. I just want them to I suppose make better characters and people out of themselves. So I don't make them run hard. I hope they just run hard because they want to do it for themselves and myself. So
yeah, amazing. All right, well, how did you feel when you learned you'd not only been nominated multiple times by multiple of your players for Coach of the Month, but you'd also been selected as the April winner?
Look, you love the accolades, but I don't go out after them. I'd rather push other people forward and let them present and show themselves. But look, it's you won't knock it. I would say you won't knock it back, but I mean, yeah, totally chuffed to have it. Still trying to find out the names of the people that dobbed me in, but they're keeping it a secret. But I think when I heard there was quite a few, look, I suppose that comes back to the team part. Everything we do, we try to include everyone. So, like, even the captain nomination is not done by me; that's done by the team. They all put them forward. They just nominate 3 names and everything like that. And in what they're doing this year, we do a 1% thing where we just have a little 1% box, and everyone puts a nomination in, whether it's just someone putting good shepherds and stuff like that on a weekend. So it's part of everything, and it's really good because it just shows that everyone's seeing the hard work that people do that's unnoticed. So yeah, look, awesome to have. I suppose the girls are probably really proud to see me up there as well. But yeah, look, it's when I say embarrassing, it's just I love to chat. I'll be the clown up front, but yeah, I am probably more shy in the long run. So yeah.
Yeah. I think it really does speak to, though, that sort of team culture that you're talking about, that that they're nominating people from the team and people who are leading them for this sort of thing. I think it speaks to that really strong culture that you've built. So not to embarrass you further, but we had comments like, he teaches us so much. He has all the time in the world for us. You're such a mentor and you're a friend. So yeah, they obviously think very highly of you, which is, it's nice. Moving on to just Monbulk as a whole, what do you love about Monbulk as a club?
Look, we've got the raw part of it. They've got good facilities. Apparently, there's a slope on the ground, but I'm just used to it, so it's all good now. But look, I think the clubs are not as much what you've got on the ground and everything like that. It all helps and stuff like that, but it's the families. Like, it's a very family club. Like, there's generations that just go through. I'm a life member, and we were just going through some life members nominations the other night, and like, it's just you just look back through, and there's just generations going through, and more people coming back, and as well as people come from they come in as players and they stick around. They pretty much retire there. So it's really good. But in saying that, look, that's probably the same at all clubs. It's just a matter of getting in there and being involved. But no, with Monbulk, very welcoming. I'm totally loved when they brought the netball and stuff more in for the girls to get more involved. I did play a bit of footy up around Swan Hill for a couple of years, and they had netball in way back then too. So, yeah, and especially the football, I actually believe that the girls outnumber probably most boys at all clubs with all the netball teams and the football team. So, yeah, it's it's great to have. So
yeah, amazing. And when we think about volunteers, which obviously we know that these sort of clubs, like local level clubs, they're quite reliant on volunteers to keep things running. So why do you think they are important to grassroots sport?
Because it doesn't run without them. That's straight and simple. Look, your goal umpires, your timekeepers. I do say to my girls all the time, and I said it to the boys when I used to coach them too. Look, these people that stand in the goals every week, that timekeep, don't just walk them by. Just thank them. I say you don't have to buy them anything or beers or stuff like that. But just if you walk past them, thanks very much for doing that, and they'll keep coming back. And the beauty about it is that more people volunteer. It doesn't become a hard job then. So it's just I'll do goal umpiring this week or stuff like that. But it's fantastic to have. I guess I wish I really noticed it more when I was a player coming through. When you start coaching and stuff like that, I did coach while I was playing, so I sort of had a bit of it. But like now I've got. Well, anyone asks me to goal umpire, I'll jump in there. I actually enjoy goal umpiring. But it's I love it all, the coaching, all that stuff, and I make sure that I basically try to build that. The volunteers are part of my team too. The goal umpire, my assistant, I've got my assistant coaches and stuff like that, and then even me players, they're happy to jump on the water, run the water for us. They might be injured, but they still want to be out there. So, yeah, it's an awesome thing. It'd be great if you could have a good proper day just to celebrate all the volunteers and say, look, you don't have to do it today, but just enjoy it. But I'm sure a lot of them volunteer because they go, I know how to do the job, and you're not going to do it right, so please just let me do it. So it's all good.
No, amazing. And then do you have a message for anyone who might want to get involved in supporting local football or netball and are considering volunteering? Like maybe they're interested, but they haven't quite gotten into it yet.
I suppose the biggest part, and I'm a big one for it myself, is the you don't want to mess up, so you don't want to volunteer and do it, but just get involved. Like the as I said earlier, the lady that joined in training, she says, I can't kick. I've never played football before. But, the more and more she went over, I said, just run around with them, just be involved, get to know the players. And, it's a brilliant thing to do, and then, just to get to know a lot more people around the club. Look, my kids always say all the time, I walk down the street and people say hello to me and you go, who's that? And I go, I don't really know. But they know me because I play football or I coach their kids or something like that. So, they joke about it to me, but I'm also terrible with names as well. So it's look, it's a brilliant thing to be into. Go ahead, give it a shot.
Yeah, amazing. And I have one more question for you, only because I can see it in the background there. You seem to have a Premier's photo behind you. Can you tell me a bit about that?
That was our first year when I took over the coaching, and I won't say it was through great coaching or everything, but it was the year where we had first and second division in the one sort of division, and then at the come finals they divvied them up. And as I said to the girls, when you start finals, it's a whole new season. Just give it a crack. You make mistakes, just try to fix it on the go. And they came through and they won that one. It was a wet day at Belgrave. It probably helped us, but it was just it was a big night. So but it was, look, all reward for effort. But as I said to them on the day, win or lose on the day, there's a lot of people that don't even get this opportunity. There was people that were injured on the sidelines, and I said, enjoy it. I said, it matter of the result and everything. You hope for the result to go the right way, but in saying that, we won that. We went up the first division next year, and I don't think we came within 50 points of anyone, but the girls still turned up every week. And Yeah, training was a bit hard, but yeah, they all still turned up. I still managed to field aside all the time. So yeah, all credit to them. And I guess as I said to them last year, it's a team building thing. Like it was mostly the concussions that sort of hurt us most of the time, the numbers. But yeah, it's it was fantastic to have. But yeah, it's I just more want the enjoyment of the football. So. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
And just one more for you, because I did see it, we even posted it and it went a little bit viral a couple of rounds ago. I believe it was Jade who kicked a goal after the siren, put you in front and won the game.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm sure you'd be proud of moments like that. But as you say, it's probably more like the game is about more than winning. It's not always about winning. But how did you feel in that moment, sort of seeing the girls stand up and seeing Jade? It was a great goal. It was a beautiful goal.
The bench cleared pretty quick because it was after the siren kick. Look, the girls just running out was absolutely ecstatic. Yes, it was great to win. It was a very good game. I think even a draw I wouldn't have been disappointed with. But look, she's one of the girls that copped a fair few concussions last year. She's a very good ruck person, but I did a deal with her mum. I wouldn't play her in the ruck if she played full forward. Otherwise, it was pretty much not at all. So, yeah, I've put her down there. She's had to change her game. She's never not played out of the ruck. So, yeah, she's doing really good. She's a nice focal point, and she's actually one of our leaders, one of our captains. So, but look, I love anyone that does it. I've got some girls that have played 2 or 3 or 4 games, and I love it in opposition too when they get a goal, and you just see the whole side run in there, and you just think yourself, special opposition, pull it up, umpire, 6, 6 and 6, they're out of place. We should get the free. But look, I'll even go watch a lot of the Friday night games, and it's not scouting. I think I've watched several about 5 times, and I just enjoy watching the tactics of the women's football. There's not just, they just don't run and blitz away with it like the boys can. There's actually more strategy to it, and that goes through. My daughters play rep basketball, and I still same thing. It's look, if you don't judge women's football by what they're doing right now, but what they've done 2 or 3 years ago and the improvement that's coming through, I think even watching those games, I actually sit there, you can see the tactics going on, and it's just brilliant to watch. So yeah, all good.
For sure. Amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem.
And yeah, I really enjoyed talking to you and hearing a bit more about your role. So appreciate it.
No, thank you very much. Thank you.
And our special guest this week is Brad Bates, the Outer East Football Netball Interleague High Performance League. Well, Brad, thank you so much for being on the show today. Obviously, you are the High Performance Lead for Interleague. How long have you been involved with Outer East Football Netball?
I first came over to the competition when it was back called Yarra Valley. It was over 20 years ago. Wow. As a playing assistant coach, I was recruited up to Linda back in those days, coming over from the Eastern Football League. Yeah, okay, amazing. So can you talk to me a little bit about your background and how you became the Interleague High Performance League? I have a background in numerous sports. Played a lot of junior basketball and cricket, and only minimal football, to be honest, coming through, but played at high levels in all of the 3, and transitioned from under 20 representative basketball over to football in my late teens, and then just fell in love with the game and also coaching, which then mid-20s recruited as a coach up to this competition. And probably for the last 6 years I've been coaching Interleague and sort of transitioned into this role over the last 2 or 3 years. So. Yeah, amazing. Yeah. How would you describe the role and what you sort of do on a day-to-day basis? It was sort of to continue on. So Danny Ryan, who now heads up Eastern Rangers, used to do this going back 10 years ago now, was building structure into the program, and it sort of through COVID and that was hard and didn't have people helping out and that. So just trying to get back in and sort of fulfill what he was beginning and sitting, helping with the structure of being able to teach the kids the right way how to play, and using my experiences of elite sport of what it takes really. So, and getting the right coaches in who are able to teach that and help with that process. So.
Yeah, amazing. What made you want to get involved with Interleague? Was it because you had that experience in high performance?
Yeah, my passion, I suppose. The passion just for helping with the pathways that I was given opportunities, and teaching kids how you go about it, the work that's involved, and the right way, the thought processes and stuff like that. I really love seeing the kids' psyche on top of their talent and that how it all gels together. So,
yeah, well, you mentioned sort of like the thought process, and I guess like attitude is a big part of that, and being willing to sort of put in that work when you are playing at that high performance level.
Yep.
Yeah. What do you think the benefits of being a part of an Interleague team are?
As in playing, so first of all, the playing on the field stuff. It's getting to evolve your talents and really sort of mixing it with learning of the game, because we're talking about early stages of Interleague at under 13s. A lot of that stage, it's all just talent based.
Yeah.
So just really starting to understand the nuances of the game and adapting your talents of how it evolves in the nuances of the game. But on top of that, meeting new people, which starts teaching you life skills, and obviously what we are trying to teach, we're hoping that teaches life skills for outside of football and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, perfect. Well, the next question was actually outside of footy skills, what do you hope that the kids are learning? So I guess, that talks to those life skills and meeting new people and being able to deal with new people. And I suppose in Interleague as well, you're also playing with people that you might usually play against if you're playing in your local club. So, perfect. So we talk about the AFL pathway, and Interleague can sort of be a junior player's first taste of this, and it can lead to recognition and potential opportunities down the line, such as Coates Talent League that Danny's now involved with. Do you see, even this early on in their junior careers, that some players are already starting to think about their future and the opportunities that it could potentially lead to?
Generally, probably not, unless they've got family footballers and that have been able to help with their own personal education. But we've got kids coming through sort of 11 to 12 years old, and it's not at that stage they're starting to go to high school, so it's probably the right time that they start to become aware of their opportunities. They might have gifted talents in that, but as soon as they start to become aware of then what it takes and the work involved and how then you need to fit into certain environments and stuff like that, that's what we're hoping to be able to help them on their path. So.
Yeah, perfect. And when you think about the Interleague team coaches, which you mentioned earlier, what are some of those skills that you're looking for?
Well, first and foremost, the knowledge of the game of football. But the primary, I would say, their ability to educate and teach, and so that they can cross it over to the development of the kids or players.
Awesome. And then what's your advice, because the players have obviously been training for a few months now. We're really only 2 or 3 weeks away because we're playing across King's birthday weekend. So what's your advice to the players who have been training for the last few months and they're about to head into their first matches in this league?
Obviously take it all in, because you'd often find that the players that perform the best are the ones that enjoy it the most, but also to hopefully really been able to absorb all of the teachings through the Interleague and advance their knowledge of the game, and come away with both playing off the field benefits and have a good carnival on the field.
Yeah, amazing. That's it. That's all I have for you. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
No worries. Thanks, Steve.
Well, as Aiden mentioned at the start of the show, we have another new segment this week. It's Fantasy Football and Netball. We're going to be picking players for our teams across football and netball over the next couple of episodes. Aiden, this week you get to pick a full forward and a centre-half forward for footy. Who have you gone with for your team?
Well, for footy, I've started off with up at full forward. I'm going to go with Will Howe from Narre Warren. He's got 23 goals this season already, with his biggest bags being 6 goals against Emerald and Pakenham in rounds 1 and 2. And he's usually always a big flyer as well, Will Howe. I've seen him attempt mark of the year, I reckon, about 20 times since I've been in the competition. So he's always a bit of an excitement machine as well. And centre-half forward, I've gone with Aisha Coleridge from Pakenham. She's got 16 goals already this season. Her biggest bag being 7 goals against Berwick Springs in round 2. So that's what I'm going to start off with in football.
Very good picks. All right, well, for footy, my full forward is going to be Molly Webb from Emerald. So she's got 12 goals so far this season. She's been listed in the best players 3 times. I feel like she's a pretty reliable forward who's had some huge performances this season. She had a 6-goal haul in round 4. So she is my full forward pick. For centre-half forward, hard to go past Taylor Gibson from Warrie. So he's the leading goal scorer in Premier Division. He has been so far this season in every round. Very consistent. He's been proven hard to stop, so he's my pick for centre-half forward.
Very good selections there, I reckon, Steph. So off to a good start, I reckon we are, but we'll find out later in the year. Here we go.
Absolutely. All right, let's take a look at the netball. This week we're just picking a goal shooter. So who is your selection?
It was hard to go past Amalia Blake from Wandon, Steph. She's already second in the goals this season in Premier Division A grade, and she's only played 4 games, so she's a couple of games behind everyone else, but she's right up there, so she's definitely the selection for me.
Absolutely. All right, well, I've gone with Bianca Daniels from Warburton Millgrove, 5 club best and fairest. She was in the 2023 Team of the Year. Very consistent performances, calm under pressure, and I feel like she's really good at holding her position to get those scoring opportunities, so that's what I've gone with.
A very good selection that was as well. So, again, we'll see what happens at the end of the year.
We'll see. All right, well, that's actually all we have for this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yep, that's it. Don't forget as well, if there's anything you want to see in the show, make sure you just check in the comments below. Put it all down there. We'll have a look. We'll see what we can do. And for all the viewers and all the listeners, don't forget to get your game face on.